And did you have a good Halloween?
Yes, of course. Who
Yes?
doesn't love Halloween?
Some people don't really care about it as much. Do you do the whole trick-or-treating thing?
Oh, yeah. I mean, when you have little kids, Halloween is the day. I mean, it's Christmas and Halloween, and I don't know which comes first, but Halloween is the
that comes
thing.
first. Christmas is in December.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Thanks for clearing that up.
You're welcome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, so Halloween is definitely, it's a big deal at our house.
Do you do the whole house thing? Do you decorate your house?
Oh, our house is just obnoxious. Yeah, starting from beginning of October through Easter, we live in like a Hallmark card
Really?
house. Yeah, because it's just after school, you're sitting around and you feel like, well, let's do some spider webs, or let's make ghosts, or let's, we've made bats that hang from the ceiling.
Wow. You really are crafty.
Sure. Yeah,
That's what you do when you're
I can cut out a bat.
Wow.
Yeah. I got it.
Do you make their own costumes?
Sometimes. Right now, for my daughter's lovely preschool,
how old is she?
She is almost 5, and they do a theme. So they do their own costumes at this school. And this year, it's Under the Sea. And she, I was like, oh, this is so great. You could be a jellyfish, like an umbrella with stuff hanging down. You have to make your own. You're not allowed to cheat. You have to make your own. And she said, I'll be a seahorse. I was like, a seahorse? Do you know how hard it is to make a seahorse?
Well, and how hard to walk as a seahorse.
Right, because the tail.
Yeah.
So I have to admit, I did use a lot of glue and staples, and it is made. It's beautiful.
Well, is that cheating to use glue and staples? I mean, how else would you make it? Are you supposed to sew it?
I think you're supposed to sew it or weave it or...
Weave it?
It seems like crochet it, but whatever. I use
who
staples.
has a loom in their house that they're weaving a seahorse?
They probably have one at this preschool, but...
Wow.
Yes.
And then what
made a seahorse.
were the other... You have 2 other children, right?
Yeah, so, gosh, we had a mummy, a scary mummy. We had a horse, because my little dude is obsessed with horses. And we had, the middle one was Madeline at night.
Uh-huh.
So they didn't go in a theme this year.
No.
We decided to break apart any family themes.
And what were you?
I was a mom.
Okay.
Because it's a subject of debate. Your kids, I don't know about your kids. My kids want us to dress up big time.
Sure they do.
I remember when my first was 2.5 and she looked at me and somebody said, what are you going to be for Halloween? And she was reading this little book. It was Big Dog, Little Dog. And she said, I'm going to be Ted, who's the little dog. And I was like 8 months pregnant. And she looked at me and she said, and she's going to be Fred. So I knew I had to take the hit. And I got the full dog costume and I got a turtleneck that said Fred. And I did the whole, it was agonizing, but I did it. And then, another year, they were going to be Little Mermaid people. And Ben came home from work, and the costume department had put together King Triton for him because he just liked the idea of being the king of the sea, So he really went with that for a while. King of the sea. And then last year, I said, let's skip dressing up. You and I, we're grown-ups. We don't have to do it. And they just they can talk him into anything. So they started on him. We were Wizard of Oz. And this is the deal. I was Glinda. And then we had Dorothy and the Scarecrow and... Oh, I'm forgetting a kid. Hang on, I can't forget a child. The lion, thank you. And the lion. And then Ben was the...
Are my producers helping you remember a child?
Look, whatever it takes.
Okay.
If they all get home from school, I feel like that's a good day.
You were Dorothy?
I was Glinda, the Good Witch.
And Ben was who?
The Tin Man. So we go to another neighborhood to trick or treat, and I am wearing a full-on ball gown. It was this pink, fluffy. It was itchy. It was uncomfortable. There is not another grown-up in sight dressed up except for Ben Affleck and me. And he is in a full-on Tin Man, and he sees all the other people there and realizes we're the only ones dressed up, and he just took his Tin Man off and walked around and left me, his wingman, his partner in life, hanging as Glinda. So now I'm solo. I'm just like in agony. So I know he wouldn't want you guys to miss out on him as Tin Man, so I brought you a little something.
Do you have a picture of him as Tin Man?
You're welcome, honey.
He's not going to be happy about that.
Oh, I'm surprised he didn't already tweet it.
Yeah.